Hey guys, it's me, Rybal Leland from Unique Photo, and today we have Gene from Sony showing us the brand new A7S Mark III. It's super impressive. I personally have the original A7S, and this is the talk that I've been waiting for with all the new updates, especially the updates. So Gene, tell us a little bit something about the A7S Mark III.
I know, this camera is almost like, where do we begin? Because it's been quite a few years in the making, but this camera is definitely built for the high-end video professional, as well as advanced enthusiasts.
Absolutely.
Sony has taken its time really trying to get to know the cinematographer and what they might want in this next model coming up from the S2, which was really successful. And so to start off with, I guess we should talk about the sensor. It's a brand new 12.2 megapixel rear lit, backside illuminated CMOS sensor.
Awesome.
XMOR, and basically it is built for speed. So this is a stallion with video performance, because what we also want to mention is that all the video readouts throughout this camera are 10-bit. So all the way up to 120p, 4K
too,
full frame,
That's awesome.
no pixel binning, intra codec, all of the greatness. So basically it's all of this package is wrapped up in a nice new passive heat sink system that basically has no fan, it's totally quiet, and it really preserves the integrity of the signal to noise ratio for what we're looking at from a video standpoint in delivering the ultimate high quality, low light video.
There it is. Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we really want to talk about. I think certain people really look forward to, or had expectations. Certain people had expectations of a higher megapixel sensor, but don't break it if it ain't broken.
Exactly.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
The A7S 12 megapixels, I still used it primarily for photography, and now that I know that I could get away with ISOs crazy high, and that's what the new sensor does, right? The BSI.
The new sensor, the new BSI, I mean, basically you're looking at native range ISOs from 80 all the way up to 102,400.
Yeah, I can't wait to give that a try.
So, I mean, I basically had it out this weekend, and you can pretty much shoot clean video at 100,000 ISO.
Man.
So, that in itself is just massive. I mean, when the A7S II came out originally, I had just joined the team, and basically part of my job on tour with this camera was we would set up in a pitch black room and just let it go on objects, and people would be able to see exactly how great it was.
Yeah.
I think what it didn't excel in, that this one obviously does, is the new autofocusing system.
Yes, exactly. That's the one thing that I'm super excited about, because there wasn't as much phase attack autofocusing points on the A7S Mark II and the A7S original, but now you're getting
we kept the 425 contrast point
systems,
and we just gave you 759 phase detection points.
That's awesome.
So not only does it deliver great autofocusing speeds, but great autofocusing speeds at lower light.
Exactly.
So this phase detection on this thing is absolutely incredible. Subject detection, I mean, and across the board, especially when you're coupling it with our native glass, the sky's the limit.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like with that autofocusing, you're getting some of the same features you would get if you're doing studio photography with the eye autofocusing and everything else. And that's why this update, that's one of the most incremental things for me, is that you're getting that upgraded autofocusing system, and it makes it even more versatile than the last two iterations of this camera.
That's correct. And I think even the addition that I didn't even think about it, and not like I thought about it, that's probably the one thing that really surprised me the most about this camera is the viewfinder. It's a new 9.44 million dot viewfinder EVF that's one of the most organic looking things I've ever seen, probably the most detailed on the market, and it has a 44-degree angle of view.
Wow.
So it's almost like looking almost through a virtual reality. It's a degree where like you can see things, especially objects if you're a sports photographer or wildlife, coming at you from different areas, and that you'll be able to compose for that moment when it hits. And for those of us that wear glasses, you even have the option to take it down to 33 degrees.
Oh, that's awesome.
So even though obviously with video, you're used to looking at big monitors and everything like that, the EVF has such a high detect ratio. I mean, it is tack sharp. I have never seen anything like it. I can't wait for people to see it.
So optical viewfinders are kind of pointless at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
But on the guts, you definitely have the 5.5 IS for the image stabilizer, in addition to a new feature, which is an active image stabilizer.
Oh man!
So what that'll do is at full frame 4K for someone like me, and I say this quite a bit, that I actively drink a lot of coffee. I don't have the steady hands of a surgeon. But this is definitely going after the gimbal crowd. We actually, I had the opportunity to train quite a few people that are in the sports market on these systems, and just being able to get away or get off of your stabilizer a bit and use this system, which basically is 4K with a slight crop off the top end to engage. It is the most fluid motion we have seen yet in any type of ILC or a mirrorless system.
So it's like taking the Sony 200 lens's like stabilization feature and just throwing it into the sensor itself. So you could switch between active and normal.
Yes, you can switch it off. Yeah, you actually have it. I actually have it programmed on the function menu button back here.
Wow.
So you can go act, especially because when you're on a tripod, you necessarily don't want to use that battery power. You only do it for other things. Take it
awesome.
off.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the camera also has for no recording limit. So, and you can safely shoot 4K footage for over an hour.
Wow.
Because of this new heatsink system. I know one of our reps actually had the camera plugged in and on for over 9 hours.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, you have, and again, it's good to reiterate, no recording limit.
Yeah.
So you don't, after 30 minutes, you don't have to hit that. Yep. And obviously the recording button has relocated to the top of the camera from the back end of the camera.
Gotcha.
Because end users were complaining about a little bit like, oh, I'm trying to autofocus and I'm hitting my record button.
Gotcha.
So we listened, Sony listened, and we put it on the top end.
Yeah, and that's not the only thing that's changed around the body of the camera as well. We have a few new features here.
Yeah, the fully rotational screen. So we got a fully functioning rotating screen here. So for every type of angle, you can get it. It's big, it's beautiful, it's a brand new screen. It also has a brand new menu system.
There it is.
It's touch screen. That is touch screen. So, and I have, I actually use my fingers as a little bit of a barometer because I don't have the smallest of fingers, but I like to go in here and I like to change things around. And that's honestly, for the past couple days that I've had the camera, that's where I've been focusing a lot of my time, is just arranging things, seeing, because they've tried to compartmentalize a lot of the other features and make them a little bit more aware and easy to get to.
Gotcha.
So when you're shooting movies, you're going to get one set menus. Now, if you go down to the still end, you're going to get another set.
Yeah. Oh,
so
cool.
once you, and it's going to be last used settings, so you don't have to go, oh, I'm in movie mode and my shutter speed's at 4,000th of a second or something like that. So that makes it a lot more easy.
That's awesome.
The camera does feature a full-size Type-A HDMI port, which will be able to record 16-bit raw output.
Wow.
Up to 60 frames. So we don't exactly know what it looks like because no one has been able to do it yet. But when you can, it is going to be in here.
Oh, wow.
Also,
so it's definitely future-proofing.
No, I mean, we're going to look, we're not leaving much in. We are throwing, the kitchen sink is being thrown in too. So we also have a new USB-PC slot. So we have full, a USB-C plus the micro, but this USB-PC allows you to power the camera from, basically if you've got a big USB-C cable, you can just run power right off that.
That's awesome.
And it'll come out with a lock, so you can just lock it in all your cables and do some really nifty cable management.
It's made for the rig, right? Like, so it's just pretty much ready to go.
Not only is it ready to go, but I've been using it steadily the past 3 days in all types of shooting environments: outdoor, heat, indoor, studio controlled, everything. I mean, the battery power is phenomenal. The feature set is very user friendly. And for the price point of $34.99, there isn't much left for me to say about it.
That's awesome.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't even talk about the still side.
I know, right?
The A7S III features 10 frames per second.
Wow.
You can basically, I'm on mechanical and electronic, so you can basically shoot 1,000 raw images with JPEGs without it missing a beat.
Wow. And that's with the help of your new memory card system too as well.
Yep.
What I liked, and I saw from when I had the PSP, you could use Memory Stick Pro Duos, and there were some cameras that were able to use Memory Stick Pro Duos and SD cards. So now I feel like you guys took the same page out of the same book and used
CFast.
Yes. These
Type-A Express cards.
super tiny
Yes.
Fast writing speeds. We have
800 megabytes per second write speeds plus 700 megabytes per second read speeds.
That's amazing.
So your computing power basically is going to be limited as far as transferring footage, 10-bit footage. You do need these, trust me on this.
Especially at those bit rates.
Yeah, well, especially if you're going to be using the intra codec, the XAVC intra, you are going to need it for all that lovely fast 10-bit recording.
Gotcha. And it's not a choice between which slot has what. If you wanted to use 2 SD cards or one SD card and one CFast Type-A.
Type-A, yeah.
Then it's up to you.
It is up to you. However, it is important to note that you will need that CFast card to use the intra codecs. Not only that, but if you do have an SDXC card in here that is obviously it's probably going to be a slower write speed, the camera will be reading at that speed. So you need to make sure that there's a baseline that's been established.
There you go. So if you don't want to bottleneck yourself, definitely look into getting those Type-A memory cards for sure.
Absolutely, yep. And the Mishu now supports up to 24-bit linear audio. So that is a big step for direction for audiophiles like myself that do a lot of heavy-duty audio recording. You can plug in any one of our XLR preamps into that camera and basically get up to 4 channels of perfect crystal audio.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
The camera, the A7S III does start delivering on September 24th. Pre-orders are hot. It's $34.99, so please get yours in today at Unique Photo.
Absolutely, guys. And somewhere nearby, we're also planning an event. If you guys want to demo the camera, stay tuned and you'll probably see it in your emails or check out our social media at uniquephoto.com.
Yeah. Coming up later this month, actually. Yeah, we got a date here and a date in Philadelphia with a Unique Photo.
Yep.
Come out and see me with the camera later this month. I'll be sure to talk you through some of the more deep talking points of the system, and I look forward to seeing everyone very soon.
All right, guys. Thanks, Gene. I really appreciate you bringing us the A7S Mark III. Whew. Stay safe.
Stay safe out there. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye. I said stay safe.